Here are the 5 most boring killers to play, in my opinion. At number 5, we have Nurse. The reason behind this for me is I often feel bad for the people in the trial that I'm going against. And honestly, I just kind of get bored. I feel like Nurse is just an extremely overpowered killer who doesn't really have to worry about any of the aspects that come with looping, which sucks because I feel like that's the whole fun part of playing killer, at least for me. I just never really have been a fan in like any game playing as the strongest character, so this character just all around wasn't made for me. But she is fun to play every once in a while, I can't lie. At number 4, we have Twins. It's a very similar reason to Nurse because I feel bad while playing her because she just kind of slugs people constantly throughout the trial. You never really go for hooks all that often, you kind of just wait for multiple survivors to mess up to the point where you just slug them and then you win. Also, the only fun part I feel like of Twins is playing the little pocket demo, which in that case I'd just rather play Demogorgon. At number 3, we have the Knight. I think the Knight can be fun sometimes, but ultimately gets boring pretty quickly. It's fun at first to use the guards to like cut people off, but then you start to realize that's all this character really is. There's no real mind games, and the counter for his power just is the survivor's W keying away, which is extremely boring. He doesn't really have a catch-up mechanic either, so if they decide to W key away and they get a bunch of distance, they're just gone. So he's fun to play against inexperienced players with, but ultimately, he just gets old fast. At number 2, we have Skull Merchant. I feel like this is just an even more boring approach to Knight's playstyle. Knight's guards can at least be used to hunt people down and chase, while Skull Merchant's drones are just stationary and ultimately just provide such minor impact. The only real use I find is that you can sneak up on survivors after dropping one, but other than that, you're just a super basic attack killer and it just doesn't feel like you have a power most of the time. And at number 1, we have the most recent killer release, the Houndmaster. This power is extremely clunky and still, in its current state, feels just horrible to play. The dog gets stuck on anything and everything, causing you not to be able to use your power randomly. But when it works, the first shot feels really nice, but the second shot afterwards, switching POVs to the dog is just so visually bad. It often just gives me motion sickness, which is weird because I've never had that playing a game before. I don't know how, but they even made something as simple as a pet mechanic as awkward and buggy as possible. So by far just my least favorite killer to play in the game. Feel free to let me know in the comments why I'm wrong or what you find the most boring killer in the game to be. Thanks for watching. See ya.